It often starts with something small. You feel a bit more tired climbing the stairs, or your knees take just a second longer to push off the couch. Maybe you've told yourself, it's just aging. But here's a truth. Many doctors don't say out loud, when your legs start feeling weak, it's not just age. It's a warning sign your body is missing something essential. After 60, we lose 1 to 3% of our muscle mass every year, quietly. No pain, no swelling, until one day we find ourselves holding onto walls just to stay steady. The scary part? It sneaks up while we're still eating normally and going about our lives. But what if I told you there's a way to turn it around in just days? No gym memberships, no painful therapy, just 3 vitamins, backed by science, used by real seniors. And they could restore your balance, your energy, and most importantly, your independence. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what those 3 vitamins are, how to use them the right way, and what signs to look for in your body to know it's time to act. We're not just talking theory here. Clinical studies, real data, and simple daily habits that make a massive difference. And if you stay with me to the end, I'll also give you a daily vitamin timing plan that's helped thousands of older adults feel confident on their feet again. Before we dive in, I'd love to know, where are you watching this from today? Drop it in the comments. And if you find these health tips helpful, make sure to subscribe to Health 365 so you never miss another step towards stronger, healthier living. Let's start with the first and most overlooked vitamin, the one that literally flips the switch back on in your muscles and bones. A close friend of mine, Mr. Walter, 72 years old, came to me not long ago and said something that stuck with me. I feel like my legs are betraying me. I'm eating okay, I walk a little every day, but I still feel like my steps are getting heavier. I asked him one simple question. Have you checked your vitamin D3 levels? He laughed. I thought D3 was just for bones. That's where most seniors are misinformed. Vitamin D3 isn't just for bones. It's a master switch. It doesn't just support calcium absorption. It reactivates your entire muscle and nerve system, especially the legs. Here's what science tells us. After age 60, your skin becomes thinner, your liver and kidneys slow down, and you spend less time in the sun. All of these reduce your body's ability to convert sunlight into usable vitamin D3. That's why, even if you feel fine now, your legs might already be slowing down without you realizing it. When D3 is low, your body subtly weakens. You may feel fatigue when standing or climbing stairs. You may start losing your balance in situations that used to feel easy. Your steps feel heavier, not because your muscles are weak, but because they're not getting the signals they need. Worse yet, you may think this is just getting older, but in reality, it's a correctable deficiency. Let's get specific. According to a study from the University of Birmingham, participants over 65 who took 800 IU of vitamin D3 daily for just 5 days showed an average 19% improvement in leg strength within weeks. Another study by Harvard's Geriatric Research Center found that seniors with low D3 levels were 40% more likely to fall or be hospitalized due to leg weakness than those with healthy levels. What does vitamin D3 actually do for your legs? It improves calcium absorption. Sure, but that's just step 1. It ensures muscle fibers contract properly, which is essential for smooth, steady movement. It reduces inflammation in aging muscle tissue. And it keeps nerve signals between your brain and legs firing at full speed. Once Mr. Walter started supplementing properly, he noticed something remarkable. I don't need to hold the railing as much when I go upstairs. It's like I got my legs back. So, what's the safe and effective dosage? Most healthy adults over 60 are recommended to take 800 to 1,000 IU per day. If you've had a fall recently, feel noticeably weaker, or suffer from osteoporosis or joint pain, doctors often suggest 1,500 to 2,000 IU per day. But here's an important warning. Do not take more than 4,000 IU per day unless under direct medical supervision. D3 is fat-soluble, meaning excess builds up in your body over time. Overdosing can lead to nausea, constipation, kidney stones, even abnormal heart rhythms in sensitive individuals. That's why consistency, not excess, is key. How should you take it? Always take your D3 in the morning or early afternoon, and with a meal that contains healthy fat. Foods like eggs, Greek yogurt, avocado, or salmon help your body absorb D3 much more effectively. Don't take it before bed. D3 can slightly interfere with melatonin and disrupt sleep. Can you get enough from food alone? Not realistically. A serving of fatty fish like salmon may give you about 500 IU. One egg? Only 40 IU. A glass of fortified milk? Around 100 IU. You'd have to eat an unrealistic amount of these every day to meet even the minimum dosage, especially for seniors with limited appetite or dietary restrictions. That's why a supplement is often not just helpful, but essential. Here's the bottom line. If your legs feel heavy, if balance has become uncertain, or if stairs now seem intimidating, your body might not be old. It might just be missing its spark plug. Vitamin D3 can be that spark. Now let's move to the second essential vitamin, one that reconnects your brain and your muscles and restores the confidence in every step you take. Right after getting his D3 levels up, Mr. Walter told me, "I feel stronger, yes, but sometimes my feet still feel disconnected, like I have to look down to be sure they're there." That's when I knew we had to talk about vitamin B12. Most people think B12 is just for energy or memory, and while that's true, it's only scratching the surface. For seniors over 60, B12 is your nervous system's lifeline, especially the line connecting your brain to your legs. Without enough B12, nerve signals get delayed or garbled. That's why your legs might feel numb, heavy, or like they're not listening to you. You may feel a strange buzzing in your feet, or like you're walking through sand, even though nothing's wrong with your shoes. Here's what's happening inside. Your nerves are wrapped in something called myelin, a protective sheath that helps messages travel fast and clear. B12 is essential for maintaining and rebuilding that sheath. When levels drop, it's like stripping the insulation off an electric wire. Sparks get lost or never arrive. Now here's the kicker. B12 deficiency is extremely common in people over 60. Why? 2 reasons. First, your stomach produces less acid as you age, which makes it harder to extract B12 from food. Second, if you're taking common meds like metformin for diabetes, or acid blockers like omeprazole or ranitidine, they interfere with B12 absorption. Even if your diet is normal, it might not be enough. Let's look at the data. A study from Oxford University found that seniors with low B12 levels walked slower, had worse balance, and were twice as likely to fall as those with healthy levels. Another clinical trial published in the Journal of Gerontology gave older adults 1,000 mcg of methylcobalamin, the most active form of B12, daily for 8 weeks. The results? Faster reaction times, less numbness in feet, stronger lower body response, better confidence when standing or turning. I remember one woman in that trial saying, "It felt like my legs started answering the phone again." So, how do you know if you might be low? Watch for these signs. Tingling or burning in your feet. Difficulty balancing, especially when turning or stopping. Feeling like your legs are asleep when they're not. Mood dips, forgetfulness, or what people call senior moments. Even mild symptoms can be warning signs that your nerves are struggling to communicate. Let's talk dosage. Doctors typically recommend 500 to 1,000 micrograms per day of methylcobalamin. That's the form your body can use immediately. No need to convert it first. And that's important because your conversion ability drops with age. You can find B12 as sublingual tablets, melt under your tongue, chewables, oral sprays. When to take it? B12 can slightly boost alertness, so take it in the morning or around lunchtime, but not too late in the day. Avoid coffee or tea with it. They can interfere with absorption. Now, can food alone give you enough? Here's the reality. 3 ounces of beef liver, HARC 70 mcg, 3 ounces of salmon, 4.5 ointmetics, 1 egg, 0.5 mcg, 1 cup of milk, 1 teaspoon mcg. That means to meet even 500 mcg per day, you'd need to eat over 100 eggs or a ton of liver daily. Not practical, right? That's why supplements are the safest and simplest route. Is B12 safe? Yes. It's water-soluble, meaning any excess is flushed out in your urine. There's no known overdose risk for healthy people. But if you're taking blood thinners or have kidney issues, talk to your doctor first. Here's what happened to Walter. 2 weeks after starting his B12 supplement, he said, "I walked across my living room and realized I didn't wobble once. I didn't even think about it." And that's the magic of B12. It doesn't just strengthen, it reconnects. It brings back the reflexes, steadiness, and sense of trust in your own legs. Now that we've reconnected the wiring, let's talk about your muscles' fuel, the missing link that powers every step you take. The last time Walter and I caught up, he smiled and said, "I don't feel like I'm walking through wet cement anymore." That's when I knew. His nerves were reconnected. His strength was coming back. But there was one final piece missing. Energy. Because what good are strong muscles and sharp nerves if your body doesn't have the fuel to move them? Enter vitamin B1, also called thiamine. This humble little vitamin doesn't get as much attention as D3 or B12, but it might just be the real MVP when it comes to restoring energy, reducing leg fatigue, and getting you moving again. Think of your body like a car. D3 flips the ignition. B12 reconnects the electrical wiring. But B1? It's the gasoline. Here's why that matters so much, especially after 60. Your legs are the largest muscles in your body. Every time you get up from a chair, climb stairs, or even walk across the kitchen, your muscles need energy in the form of ATP. And B1 is the key ingredient your cells use to turn food into ATP. Without enough B1, your muscles may be perfectly healthy, but they can't activate properly. It's like trying to drive with no gas in the tank. Now here's the twist. B1 deficiency is surprisingly common in older adults. Why? Several reasons. Your body absorbs less thiamine as you age. Common medications like diuretics and metformin flush B1 out of your body. Even mild alcohol intake can interfere with B1 absorption. And diets low in whole grains or legumes often don't provide enough. You may not notice it at first, but over time, B1 deficiency can cause symptoms that sneak up on you. Legs that feel tired even after short walks. Heavy dragging sensation when moving. Calf or foot cramps. Dizziness after standing up. Low motivation to move or engage. Shortness of breath when climbing stairs. Mental fatigue or fogginess. I had a client, Mary, 69 years old. She described it perfectly. "It's not pain exactly, just this weird weight in my legs, like I'm always walking uphill." She had been eating okay, even exercising a bit, but the heaviness persisted until we addressed her thiamine. And what do studies show? A 2021 study from Tokyo University found that over 30% of seniors had low B1 levels, and those same individuals had weaker legs, shorter walking distance, and more muscle fatigue. But here's the good news. After supplementing with thiamine, participants showed marked improvements in stair climbing, walking confidence, and energy, often within a single week. Another study in the Journal of Neurological Sciences gave 100 milliliters of thiamine daily to seniors with chronic leg fatigue. 82% reported more endurance within 7 days. 68% said leg heaviness and pain significantly decreased. And there were no reported side effects. So, how does B1 work? It fuels something called the Krebs cycle, your body's main energy factory. Without it, muscles don't get the fuel they need to work, recover, or grow. And because your leg muscles are so large, they're often the first to show signs of running on empty. B1 also helps transmit nerve signals, especially in the peripheral nerves that control your legs and feet. So again, we're not just talking about energy, we're talking about restoring the flow between mind, muscles, and movement. Now let's get practical. Recommended dose. For seniors experiencing fatigue or nerve symptoms, doctors often recommend 50 to 100 mg per day. That's far more than the standard RDA, just 1.1 to 1.2 mg, and has been shown to be both safe and effective in older adults. When and how to take it. Take thiamine in the morning with your first meal. Pair it with healthy fats or proteins for better absorption. Avoid alcohol, black tea, or coffee close to your dose. They interfere with uptake. Is it safe? Yes. Thiamine is water-soluble, which means your body flushes out any extra through your urine. Even at high doses, it's considered one of the safest vitamins for seniors. But always check with your doctor first if you have kidney, liver issues, or are on multiple medications. Can you get enough from food? In theory, yes, but only if you're very intentional. Good sources include whole grains like brown rice or oats, legumes like lentils and black beans, sunflower seeds, organ meats like liver or pork. But let's be honest, most seniors aren't eating a bowl of lentils and liver daily. And if you're on medications or eating less overall, supplementation becomes the smart option. Back to Mary. Within 5 days of adding B1 to her routine, she said, I woke up, stood up, and realized I wanted to walk. That's the beauty of thiamine. It doesn't just reduce fatigue, it brings back your desire to move. It recharges your motivation, lightens your steps, and helps you trust your body again. Now that we've fueled the body, let's connect the dots. How do these 3 vitamins work together, and how should you take them each day to get the best results? So now you know the full trio: vitamin D3, B12, and B1. One activates your muscles, one connects your nerves, and one fuels your energy. But like any team, the timing and balance between them matter just as much as the parts. Here's how to get the best results, with the least effort and confusion. Morning. Start with fuel. Right after breakfast, especially one with healthy fats like eggs or yogurt, take your vitamin D3. This is when your body absorbs it best and when you need its strength-activating effects the most. At the same time, take your vitamin B1, thiamine. This gives your muscles the energy they need to move freely throughout the day. Midday, power up your wiring. With your lunch, take vitamin B12, ideally in a methylcobalamin form that dissolves under the tongue or comes in a chewable or spray. Avoid drinking tea or coffee around this time. They can reduce absorption. You'll feel more alert, more connected, and more steady on your feet for the afternoon ahead. Multivitamin? Be cautious. If you're already taking a multivitamin, check the label carefully. Many generic formulas for seniors underdose these 3 critical nutrients. Worse, they often mix fat-soluble and water-soluble vitamins together without absorption guidance. You might still benefit more from taking D3, B12, and B1 separately at the right times. Blood tests. Smarter choices. If possible, do a simple blood test every 6 to 12 months. This ensures you're not over or under supplementing, especially with fat-soluble D3. It gives you peace of mind and a baseline to measure your improvement. And remember, more is not always better. Stick to the recommended dosages. You don't need megadoses. You need consistency and the right timing. Now let me say this. Friend to friend, if your legs have been feeling heavy, if you've been hesitating at the bottom of the stairs, if your balance doesn't feel like it used to, don't accept it as just getting old. Sometimes the solution isn't surgery or struggle. It's simple nutrition, taken seriously. These 3 vitamins, when used correctly, can help you regain trust in your body. They can bring back the joy of movement, the confidence of a steady stride, and the independence that makes life worth living. You deserve that, every single day. If you found this video helpful, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear if you've tried any of these or noticed changes in your energy or balance. And don't forget to like and subscribe to Health 365 for more tips to help you stay strong, steady, and thriving after 60. Keep moving forward, one strong, confident step at a time. I'm rooting for you.